Oh, mate, I remember distinctly shaping this particular board. We were doing about 100 a week at the time. I stepped into the game just as it was about to explode. You talk about a good luck story, the right place at the right time with the right amount of energy, and I had plenty of it. 63 I started, same as everybody else. Wanted a surfboard, couldn't afford it. I was a trainee engineer, I was getting about £5 a week. I decided the best way to get myself a board was to make one. Back in the day, I bucked all the rules because a surfboard shaper was supposed to be walking around with the backside out of his pants, making no money, just going surfing all the time. And I thought about that and I went, well, that's fair enough, but I want to do it so that I go surfing all the time, but I've still got, good pair of shorts on and I don't want to be broke. So I ended up, worked out that instead of doing all the work myself, if I paid superstars like Ted Spencer and all these guys to do all the shaping and the glassing and the sanding and everything, and I ran the business, well, running the business meant driving up and down the coast, selling surfboards to surf shops, but I was really lucky. My brother, he ran the business. I ran the social side of it. We had all the good surfers and all the good shapers because they knew working at our place was more fun than working at most other places because they had restrictions and we had no restrictions. You could do what you like. You go surfing when you like, I don't care. Just come back tonight and work tonight. The standard came about because we were scared spitless of the price of boards going over $100. The way we were able to keep the price down, we made our own foam blowing section of the factory. Factory was quite big at Brookvale, and we blew two sizes, a 5'8" and a 6'4". Now there are very few. This is the bigger one, the 6'4". Very few of them were 6'4" because usually we had to chop a bit of foam off the nose or the tail and reshape it a bit because, as I say, our foam blowing abilities weren't perfect, so we never got perfect blanks. But you will notice on this one that it's got an S deck and a round bottom. Now with a single fin, when you got on a wave with a round bottom, it'd want to slide. So it was really not easy to surf. That's why the fins were quite deep. By the way, that little attachment there for a leg rope was put on as an afterthought because we'd never heard of leg ropes back then. From the 70s on, surfboard design really kicked in. We took a lot more time and effort with shaping than we did in 69, 70. We could sell, you could sell anything in 69, 70. Didn't matter because everyone had to have a surfboard, and if it had one rail a bit wonky than the other, well, didn't matter because none of them could surf anyway. So if you had a surfboard on the roof of your car, well, you were one of the end crew. Meet Shane, the world's first shape-a-thon. 1966 Surf and Water Exhibition, Sydney Town Hall, Shane Surfboards. And then the shape-a-thon, you had to put in your name, your address, and how many hours you thought I'd shape without collapsing. And I think I went for about 35 hours shaping. And of course, again, someone pointed out, but who'd want to buy one of those boards after 35 hours? The bloody rails would be different thicknesses and the plan shape would be all over the shop, which it was. We destroyed half of the boards.